This is so good. My mother, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, and everyone in my family would be so proud of me this morning for making this sausage and gravy on top of these biscuits. And I'm going to show you in just a minute how to do it. I'm so excited about cooking this country sausage gravy this morning, and I've got my cast iron skillet here, and I'm letting it heat up a little bit. I'm going to control that heat a little, turn it down some. And I always like to start with a little bit of fat in my skillet when I do my sausage, just to kind of give it a little head start. I had some butter here, nothing wrong with butter, and we're going to just tear this sausage up into little chunks, make it a lot easier to cook, a lot quicker. And you can use whatever sausage you want. This here is Tennessee Pride. It's a mild sausage. Jimmy Dean's or whatever you have locally where you live. Perfectly fine, whatever your preference. Wow, we're really rocking and rolling here with our sausage. Most of the pink is out of it right now. We have a decision to make. We can take our flour and go ahead and dump it in with our sausage and fat and make our roux that way. I'd like to take it a little step further because I like making my roux separately. So I have a slotted spoon here, and I'm going to just take the sausage out of here. I like to have a little more fat for my roux. I have some, it just happened to have some melted butter over here. I'm going to pour some in. And we're going to start our roux. And I like using this wooden spoon with a flat edge on it because it allows me to move things around and also to scrape the bottom of the pan here. And I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of this in at a time. This is about, I'm going to use about 3/4 of a cup to make my roux. And this won't take long. We want to cook it long enough to get the flour taste out of it. So we're going to keep that moving. Whenever you do a roux, you need to give it your undivided attention. Don't stop stirring because it can burn on you. And monitor your temperature. If it's getting away from you, turn it down a little bit, which I'm doing right now. I'm going to pour some milk in here a little bit at a time. Keep it stirred all the time. I'm going to let that heat up a tad. If you get too much milk into this and it's runny, do not add more flour at that point. That would be a terrible thing to do. You're going to ruin your gravy by adding more flour directly into this as it is now. Here are two options that you have. You can get another pan and make some more roux and add to it. Or you can, what I like to do is just let it cook longer, and the longer it cooks, the thicker it's going to become and build more flavor as well. So I think what I would do is, if I have this too thin, I would let it continue to cook until it thickened up to where I wanted it. So it's really thickening up nice. And again, get a whisk at this point because you can move it around and get all that roux dissolved really good. Be sure to get up around the edges as well. If we were leaving this like it is, I'd want to add a little salt. I'm going to add some pepper to it right now, actually. And we could add this at any time, but I'm going to go ahead and add my pepper. But I'm not going to salt it yet. And the reason for that is I'm going to add this sausage back into it, and this sausage has salt in it. And if I salt it now and add this, I may get it too salty. So we're going to be safe on this and taste it here in just 1 second. So we're going to stir all that sausage in there. There we have it. I'm going to taste it again because I don't think we're going to even need to add salt here. No salt needed there. It's perfect. I'm going to add a little more pepper. I have some biscuits coming out of the oven. Folks, I haven't had breakfast this morning. I'm really excited. We have those biscuits that just came out of the oven. And I think I'm going to just open these up here like so. You could put some butter on that. I'm watching my diet, so I'm not going to put any butter on that. So I like a little pepper, more pepper on mine. I'm going to grind some pepper over on there. I'm about to take a bite of this. I'm so hungry, and these look so delicious. If you learned anything today, be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, but most of all, subscribe to this channel. That helps us to come back week after week. Now, I'm John Woods, and I love to cook, but more than anything in the world, I cook to love.